Welcome to a Live with Amanda. We're going to be talking about price points and different business models for your private practice. There was this really interesting thread that came out the other day in my private practice collective where people were really talking about fees and how they charge a wide range of fees. We saw people at the low end charging $50 a session, and we saw people at the high end charging $300 a session. And there were a lot of questions out there of like, how is it that somebody's charging $300 an hour? And what am I doing wrong? And how come I'm only charging $100? And so I want you to know that wherever you are at in your practice is okay. If you are not charging $300 an hour and you're charging $125 an hour, that is okay. If it makes sense for your business plan, and if it makes sense for your lifestyle, and if it makes sense for your values. I want people to know that there are great clinicians at all price points, and that I'm a big fan of constantly going back to your business plan and constantly going back to your business model. People who charge $300 an hour, for the most part, tend to be certified in something, these are not absolutes, tend to be in more affluent areas, have a very specialized niche, have a really great referral source. So I'll give you an idea. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about how people charge $250 an hour or something like that. And I started researching a couple of local therapists. And what I found for the people that in not my area, but in the general South Florida area that charge $250 an hour, there's a couple of things. They tend to be very seasoned professionals. These are people who have been in the field for 20 years. You don't have to be in the field for 20 years to be able to charge that, but most of them were. Most of them specialized in something, and they specialized not just like in depression or anxiety. There was somebody who was a certified sex therapist. There was somebody who was certified in EMDR, somebody certified in emotionally focused couples counseling. These people had certifications, not just training, and they didn't just say, my niche is trauma. These were people who really, when I looked at their website, it was very clear that they had beautiful websites. That was one thing. They were in the profession for a long period of time, and they really had a lot of certifications and a lot of experience under their belt. That was what stood out to me. I did a little bit of market research. Now, I know other people who charge, premium rates too, and I know a lot of people who charge $150 an hour, and they may or may not be certified in what they charge, but they also have a niche that is really specific. I've been thinking I'll tell you, I haven't even shared this with my team, but I have been thinking about DBT and possibly going in that avenue for our group practice, because it appears to be something a lot of people ask about, and there are some DBT programs in our area, but it just seems like there is a need for that, right? And I have found most DBT practices are private pay practices. So it was just kind of an interesting, pivot for our practice, possibly. Not that we would completely change our business model, but maybe we would add additional services and shift that. And so if you are really wanting to be a private pay therapist, you're wanting to charge premium rates, $150, $200, $250, $300, you will have to be confident, right? You don't have to do anything, but my recommendations would be you need to be confident in what you do. You need to have some trainings. You need to have some certifications. You have to have really great marketing. You have to have a message for people, right? You have to have a way to attract these people, whether it's going to be through, referrals. Right? Are you getting referrals from other private pay therapists? That seems to be another really common way people get private pay clients, is from other private paying clinicians, because they refer to each other, because they might be working, like that emotionally focused couples therapist might be working with the couple. Now they need to refer out the husband and the wife, for instance, and now they're going to be referring out to private pay therapists for those two individuals. And so I want you to also think about who's in your your network, what kind of area that you're in. I know a lot of people say you can build up a private pay practice in all kinds of areas. And I would say that's probably true. Again, I'm not going to talk in absolutes. But again, it depends on where are the holes in that area and where are your specialties and how confident are you and how good are you at marketing. I'm going to share a little tidbit, but I want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that's really full service, that can really help you take your practice where you want it to be, whether you're private pay or an insurance-based practice, whether you're an online practice, in-person practice, you have a hybrid practice. I definitely want you to check out TherapyNotes. They also have a wonderful customer service support team, so be sure to check out TherapyNotes. So I want to talk about marketing just for one moment. I know it seems to be something that really comes up a lot, and if you want to be a private pay therapist, I really want you to start thinking about how can you rank #1 on Google? Are you willing to spend money for a Google AdWords campaign? Is your website on point? Like, is it 100%? Like, is it the best thing that you have seen? Is it the best thing since sliced bread? I'm going to, in the comments, post a really great website from a local therapist who is private pay, just redid her website. I'm sure she won't mind if I share it. And I want you to give you an idea of what an amazing, amazing website looks like. And I want you to ask yourself those questions and get those things in line and then start charging what you want to charge for your private practice. And if you build it, they will come. I will see you soon, everybody. Take care. Bye.